Good morning, everybody. It's Dale from Erndale's. I'm just about to plant some zinnia seeds here and over there, along there. And I thought maybe I should do a quick video, although it won't be quick, knowing me. I'll show you what I've been up to. So I'm in my garden. As you can see, I've been planting all of this here is vegetables. And beyond is perennial gardens. I'm going to go to the other side so that you can see a little bit better. I'm just going underneath my arch here. So while I'm here, I'll tell you what I've done. I've got inside here, I've got morning glories. And I've got morning glories on the outside of the arch. In the inside of from here to here, I've got purple pole beans. And I've got an English cucumber inside. On the outside of this one, I've got 2 more cucumbers to go on the outside. I haven't planted them yet. And I put a few pole beans on the inside. So it's going to be a mixture of purple pole beans, what did I say? Cucumbers and morning glories. And I'm sort of putting the cucumbers, like I've got the one on that side and the one on this side, and that's more because of the wind. I want to balance out the trellis a little bit. And I put some lights on here. It's got 72 feet of mini lights on there, solar mini lights, so it lights up at night. It's very pretty. So that's the arch. It's all planted up, ready to go. I just need things to start to grow. Over here, I have more purple pole beans that I'm growing on here. I made this just out of some sticks that I collected. And then over here, this is all bush beans, green and yellow bush beans. I've still got some space in here I can do something with. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm planting very tight, very economically planted. Here I have planted purple sage and some chocolate mint. And over here I have thyme. And this little bed is just a little perennial flower bed, which it was full the last few years, and I've really kind of taken a lot of stuff out of here and spaced things out a bit, but I'm going to put a bit more in here. I have some things to take out, some things that didn't make it for the winter. But it's just kind of does its own thing, this little bed. And it will again. I have a little dogwood here just to kind of fill in the space. And some water for the birds. And then over here, this was a little post that belonged to a gate that somebody gave me. All that's left is a post. So I have a light hanging from it, and around it I've planted purple poppies. They're called Lauren's purple poppies. I always plant something. There's actually a metal ring in there. I don't know what it is. I think somebody might have had a fire pit at one time. And then here are lilies. They're gorgeous orange lilies. And then of course I have a flagpole, but I don't have anything on it yet. My flag kind of bit the dust. Over here I have a little makeshift fence, and I've got sweet peas growing along there. They've come up already. And then I've got a couple of echinaceas, and I think I put in a couple of Gloriosa, no, not Gloriosa, Shastas. I think I've got Shasta Daisies in here as well. So a lot of this is all newly planted. I lost a lot of plants over the winter. Here is my very sad looking tomato bed. It goes all the way to the end. We had a horrible frost here last weekend, a killer frost, and I had 22 tomatoes in here, and I lost all but I believe 6. And the 6 that I have growing here, as you can see, are They're looking a little on the sad side. I think I'm going to lose that one still. And I might lose this one too. And maybe that one as well. The other ones I've left, the other ones that are frozen, I've just left them in there. I have bought some replacements, so I just want to put them right where those ones were. So that's why they're looking like that. And then in here, where these 4 sticks are, this is corn in here, sweet corn. So I'm going to go around. Oh, here another little bed. This is elephant garlic and onions. And over there, that's my tea bed. This is all herbal teas in here. And I planted up another pot full of sweet peas with a little trellis. Lots of dandelions. Do you like them? I found a solution for them that doesn't involve weed killer. I'm going to give it a try. So here's this strip here is all vegetables. So in here I have radish, kale, lettuce, beets. I feel like I'm forgetting something. And then those were my peppers. They all froze, but I have replacements to put there now too. And behind that is carrots. And then the path goes straight through all the way to the end. And all along here, over there by that tree, the whole ground was full of all of these volunteer sunflowers that the birds, I had sunflowers growing back there last year. And I guess they ate them and deposited seeds way back there. So I dug them all up and I just put them all along this little area here. So they're going to have sunflower seeds or sunflower plants growing up here on the garden side, which will be nice. So this is the little perennial garden. Now I'm just going to step back a little bit. All of this whole, I can't even get it all into. This whole area from, where's my finger? From here to there, all the way to the back. That was at one time one vegetable garden. When we moved here, this was a complete, big, huge vegetable garden. And for 2 people, it was way over the top. So last year, and I've got videos about this. You can go back into my other videos and see what I did last year. I cut it in half. I just sort of took a strip. This part would be vegetable, and this part is now little perennial gardens. So I'll walk through here. I was working in here yesterday. I fixed this part up. It's all nicely cleaned out and replanted. Now I'm just working here. I've got to add a lot of plants, and I have a lot of plants to add in here, but you know, perennial gardens take a few years to get established. You know, you move things around and add things, take things away. So really, for this being just the beginning of the 2nd year, it's not that bad. I've got quite a bit in here. And everything that I have in here, I grew myself from seed. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is all poppies in here. This is all these purple laurel poppies. And I think I've got a video from last year showing them. They are gorgeous. Go try and find it. Maybe I'll try and link it. I don't know if I can or not. I still have a lot of weeds to clean up. And this is honeysuckle bush. It's not a vine, it's a bush. And back here I've put, oh my gosh, my brain's not working. It'll come to me. These are Gloriosa Daisies. And this is a sedum of some kind. And I've got poppies all in here. That's a delphinium. And I've added a bit of, behind the angel here, there's some new echinaceas that I've started. They're really tiny still. They're red echinaceas. See, there's a few little poppies here already. Just little ones. I don't know if these are California or Icelandic. I can't remember what they are. And I have all these little purple Johnny jump-ups, my mom used to call them. I'm not quite sure what they are. These little purple. They're so cute. They're a weed, actually, here. But I'm just letting them grow. I would much rather have them as a weed than have portulaca or something else. So I have a few irises here, and I'm going to add some more in here. And there's a rose bush. It looks kind of sad, but it is coming back, so that's a good thing. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, yes, I am sure what that is. That is, it's got a tag. It'll come to me. Foxglove. That's a foxglove. The one and only foxglove that I have. I have to get more. Of course, there's delphiniums. There's 3 kinds of colors of delphiniums around there. And another sedum here. I have a couple of lilies in here, but I'm going to take them out of here. I don't think they're going to like it very much. This part needs a lot more planting, and it will get it. There's weeds and all kinds of stuff. And my broken old park bench, we haven't gotten around to fixing it, so for right now it's a drying rack. These are all maples that we pulled out of our hedge. Our hedge was just chock full of maples, volunteer maples. There's another pile there. So some of them I'm keeping to make structures out of. I might make some arches, or I don't know what I'm going to make. But anyway, they're drying there. And then I've got a nice patch of rhubarb. And in here, this was my old compost pile. I've planted, I don't know, 20 or so of those giant sunflowers. They get 10 feet tall or something, so we'll see. A lot of grass back there. I need to whip that up. And then here is my little vegetable, no, pardon me. This is my fruit patch. So that is currant, I believe. These are all raspberries. This is Wyoming black raspberry. And I think this is a red. These are all red raspberries. So they're coming back nicely. And then I have another little currant on the end here. I think I've got a currant in the middle too. Or I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I had planted 5 or 6 currants, but some of them didn't make it. So that's this part of the garden. I'm going to just walk around a little bit because I have some other things to tell you. Here's my tea garden. It's just slowly coming back. Here's another garden here. This one I made myself. This is, again, perennials. There's irises, 3 or 4 different kinds of irises in here, and then there's lilies right on the end. And these are all different colors of echinacea. And then delphiniums around the back there. So I'm going to go around the front first. So tomorrow is an exciting day here. We've been in this property, we'll be here 6 years in July. And we've wanted to paint our house in all this time, and tomorrow it's happening. The painter came and he power washed the house. And tomorrow it's getting painted, and we're putting color on the stucco, and that's all I'm saying for right now. It's going to be a surprise. So I'm really excited because it's a very plain house, but it's not going to look plain when we get it painted. We're doing up really pretty. Now this flower bed along here, all of this is coming out. This whole bed all along the house is all getting removed. I'm taking all the plants out. This is where I'm taking some of the plants from here and moving them over to the back. I'm going to till this all up, and we're going to landscape it with shrubs and things like that. I'm not going to put a lot of flowers in here. I might put some really hardy perennials, but not a lot of flowers, because this is a west facing, and it gets so hot the plants just don't survive. So this is going to be a work in progress, and we're getting this step redone, and we're adding a sidewalk here, which we don't have. We have a front door, but no sidewalk to it. This is all going to be grassed up except for just a little bit in the corner. I'll put a shrub there. And now we're facing, this is the south side of the yard. And the same thing, there was a garden here. It was full of roses, and they were planted so close to the house that they were going under the house. So we've ripped them all out. I've replanted some of them. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a shrub here and maybe one here, and then the rest is going to be just grass, or I might put a tiny little garden somewhere in here, but not that much. So this will all be painted. And this little garden is new. We had a plum tree here, but it died on us, so we took it out. And I've just sort of been starting things around the stump. I put a little bush in here and some, again, perennials. So all of this is, I can't wait to get this house painted. This corner also was all full of roses in here, and they were right underneath the foundation. So we're just going to clean this all up and put grass in there. So the back of the house is just a strip. It's a nice cool day today. It's been very hot. I got a terrible sunburn yesterday. So I have wood all over the place, and this little garden is going to be all dug up and tilled, and I'm going to put something in here. All this wood, this piles and this piles, this is all going to make, we have a little wood chipper, and we're going to grind this all up probably tomorrow and get rid of it. And I use it in the flower beds. It's great. It keeps the moisture in, and as it breaks down, you can dig it into. That's what I'm sort of doing here. This is all wood chips in here. They've been in there for a year, but now they're getting decomposed, so I'm actually digging them into the garden, and it's good moisture, good feed for the garden. So I should probably 17 minutes. See, I told you it wasn't going to be a short. I should probably plant my seeds. And what I'm planting is over here, zinnias around there. And I think I'm going to plant cosmos along here. There's more of these sunflowers along here. These were all volunteers, as were those there. So that's all my crafting has been done outside this past few weeks, and probably will be for a few more weeks to come. I was gonna sit down for a minute. I just found a bunch of, I'm always saving seeds, and I had saved some flowers off of zinnias, and from that I got all of these zinnia seeds. Some of it's chaff, but most of it is seed. So I have no idea what kind, because I grew all kinds of zinnias, so I have absolutely no idea what kind of zinnia I'm going to end up with, but that's the charm. And for cosmos, I've got cosmos seashells, dazzler, and double click. I've had the seashells before, but I've never had the dazzler or the double click. So we'll see what happens. And while I'm talking about seeds, I have this great little book. I read poems to you from it before. And this little Tony's scrapbook. It was written in, let me see here. Of course, doing this with one hand is not great. This is from 1927, 28, and 29, this little book. And it's just compilations of of old radio programs, actually. But I came across this little poem that I thought I'd share to you. It's called "The Package of Seeds" by Edgar A. Guest. And the poem is taken from Mr. Guest's book called "The Light of Faith." I paid a dime for a package of seeds, and the clerk tossed it out with a flip. "We've got 'em assorted for every man's needs," he said with a smile on his lip. "Pansies and poppies and asters and peas, 10 cents a package, a pick as you please." Now seeds are just dimes to a man in the store, and dimes are the things that he needs. And I've been to buy them in seasons before, but have thought of them merely as seeds. But it flashed through my mind as I took them this time, you have purchased a miracle here for a dime. You've a dime worth of power which no man can create. You've a dime's worth of life in your hands. You've a dime's worth of mystery, destiny, fate, which the wisest cannot understand. In this bright little package, now isn't it odd? You've a dime's worth of something known only to God. These are seeds, but the plants and the blossoms are here with their petals of various hues. In these little pellets, so dry and so queer, there's a power which no chemist can fuse. Here is one of God's miracles soon to unfold. Thus for 10 cents an ounce is divinity sold. By Edgar A. Guest. So, I just thought that was a nice little poem to share on a day when I'm putting seeds into the ground. So I'm going to go now, and I'm going to wish you all a happy Sunday. Take care, everyone. And if you're a gardener, enjoy your time putting your seeds into the ground. Letting that car go by. And hopefully we'll all have pretty blossoms in the weeks to come. Bye for now.